Hi, my name is Kate Ru Chang, and for the project, our group has picked electrical engineering for the topic. In this video, we will be talking about what electronical engineering do, the background of the PE we have interviewed, and what to expect for your educational pathway, then future careers, as well as skills to help you maximize your efficiency during school and as an engineer. To start with, you might be wondering what electrical engineering is. Well, electrical engineers are responsible for design and develop electronics equipment. By definition, electrical engineering is the design and development of electronic circuits and devices that use components like resistors, capacitors, and inductors to perform their functions. There are also multiple of subfields which specialize in aerospace, communication, industrial, transportation, and etc. We have interviewed Joe Niglia. He is a PE in electrical engineering. He has 10 years of experience in developing embedded microprocessors, microcontrollers, and DSP-based products for the aerospace, plastic, medical equipment, and computer industries. He is also a professor for electronics engineering technology at MCC. Now, Tim will talk about the educational part of this video.
My name is Tim Sexton. I'm going to be going over the educational part on becoming an electrical engineer, or an EE. First, you're going to do math. There's no way around it. All engineers will do math at some point. Some will have more than others, but there's going to be a lot of math. General eds for all engineers include physics, chemistry, and circuits. Specifically, EEs will have more courses on the digital side, such as digital design or programming languages such as Verilog or assembly for low level, versus Python or JavaScript for something like scripting, or more high level. Some other skills that are recommended to have, as covered by our interviewed engineer.
So negotiation is also something that's really going to be important for your careers as professional engineers, right? Negotiation is something that I never studied and never had any exposure to it until I saw how the company leaders in some of the companies I worked for operated. Public speaking is also very important for a professional engineer. You are in a lot of meetings when you're an engineer. When you're working in technology, you'll learn after a few years in technology that the technology part is actually the easiest thing you do. Working with machines is much simpler than dealing with people. And you'll learn that dealing with people tends to create the biggest problems you have. And so learning how to deal with people is really, really important. I'm just talking about being able to conduct yourself well in meetings, be able to articulate your views, that sort of thing.
Some public speaking is good, but having good writing skills for either documentation or emails is also useful, as well as some level of organization. For universities nationwide, you'll have well-known examples such as Stanford, MIT, and UC Berkeley. Locally, you'll have ASU, IRA Fulton, U of A, and NAU. Our engineer did mention something important, however.
Here at the community college, this is good. What the community college gives you is that basis in the fundamentals, right? We don't get into in depth like you will at a university engineering curriculum. So you're doing the right thing that way.
No matter where you start, just remember to do your research. Search Rate My Professor and college courses at the university to get a feel of the program and judge if it's the right place for you. Here are some of the subfields you can focus on. Computer engineering, where you design, build, and maintain various hardware and software components of computers. Electronics engineering, where you design and build various electronic devices and systems, such as fridges, phones, Internet of Things devices, and some robotics. Signal processing, where you analyze, model, and interpret signals, often which are digital data. Power systems engineering, where you design, build, and maintain power grid systems, where a subset of that is actually utilizing and generating power from electrical devices. Photonics, which utilizes light to design electrical systems, and this includes solar panels and fiber optics. These are specifically for EEs, but there are multiple industries that will utilize the skills that an EE has. In automotive and aerospace are two of the biggest ones that come to mind. Now that you have a better idea of what an EE is, now you can start thinking about internships. As stated by our engineer,
I think internships are a great way to get experience. They're absolutely fantastic. I look at an internship almost like just a part-time summer job.
Yeah.
It's really nothing different than that,
Yeah.
really. Right? So, and I do highly recommend those. Yes. Now, on the other hand, if you get hired by a great company at a company you want to work for without that, that's good too.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that quite yet, get that summer job and get your foot in the door in technology and do things that will advance your knowledge and your experience, and then put them on your resume, because that experience has value
Yeah.
to show other employers what you've done.
I agree with that completely. Some of the industries you can find internships are semiconductors, either fabrication or design, consumer electronics, automotive, aerospace, power companies, and photonics companies. Now, with these internships, I think it's a good time to look at possible career paths now.
Hi guys, Diego here to talk about your future career as you wrap up your education in electrical engineering. Because of electrical engineering's widespread field due to its many subdisciplines, many different kinds of electrical engineers can go down many different kinds of career paths and obtain different kinds of jobs. So here we'll just be going over a few examples of what some electrical engineers might go with their career. First is hardware engineer. With this job, you can expect to be responsible for designing, testing, and applying circuits to electrical devices. A few places you can find jobs at are at Apple, IBM, Google, and Microsoft. Next is power systems engineer, where you can plan, design, and maintain electrical power systems such as generators, turbines, electric motors, and more. A few places you can find jobs at as a power systems engineer are at Schneider Electric, General Electric, Ford, Google, and more. For our final example, we'll be going over telecommunications engineer. This career is centered around developing, designing, and maintaining voice and data communication systems, which can include satellite, wired or unwired systems, fiber, and more. And a few places you can find jobs at are at Apple, Ericsson, iEnergize, Nokia, and more. Next, we'll be going over a few useful certificates you might want to think about obtaining over your course as an electrical engineer. For starters, we'll be going over the Professional Engineering License, or PE for short. This license will allow you to seal engineering plans and certify your work as meeting professional standards. Next is the Certificate of Energy Manager, or CEM for short. This shows a person has the knowledge, skills, and competency in the field of energy efficiency and management. Another example is Power Systems Engineer Certificate, or PSE. This demonstrates a person has the proficiency, knowledge, and skills with operating and maintaining power systems. For our final example, we'll be going over Electrical Safety Compliance Professional Certificate, or CESCP for short. This demonstrates your proficiency and knowledge of electrical safety standards and practices. There are also many others that are not directly involved with engineering, but are also very important to your engineering career. Next, we'll be hearing from Joe Neglia, our professional engineer, on why you should think about obtaining your PE license.
One thing that I think I should say, you didn't ask, but why get a PE? I mean, that's an important question. And in theory, in order to sell your skills, your consulting skills to the public, you are required to have a professional engineer registration. And companies that sell and consult with engineering need to be run by a PE. And engineers who work for that PE don't have to have that registration, but somebody in the company has to have it, right? And so I wanted to do consulting work, and so that's why I got the PE.
Next, we'll be going over a few professional societies related to electrical engineering. First is the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, or IEEE for short. This is the world's largest technical professional organization. They hold conferences, publish academic works, and provide a resource for professional and educational activities. Another example is the Institute of Engineering and Technology, or IET for short. This provides resources for engineers for new and valuable information with various publications, provide professional licensing registrations, and even advise governments on engineering-related topics.
Hello, my name is Hayden Gray. It's time for some extra tips and advice. Work during college. Working during college comes in many ways, and you can have various benefits. Different types of work could be internships, research programs, or just regular jobs. Internships could get you in the career you want quickly if you land one. There are usually career fairs and events at almost all schools that allow you to speak to potential employers. You can find research experience for undergraduates or U programs that will pay for your food and housing to study and research at a college or university. Having work experience is the best way to land a job out of college. Join engineering organizations and clubs. Joining engineering-related communities can help you make connections and gain experience. You'll be able to independently work on projects and learn about the field more in depth. Putting finished projects on your resume could help you with getting hired. Meeting new people is one of the most important things you can do in college. You never know when you need someone's help with referral, a project, or just studying. You could also get communication experience by interacting with others and working together. Leverage modern tools for learning. Computers and the internet have made studying easier than ever before. The internet provides many resources for learning. You should take advantage of it. Many textbooks can be found online for cheap or even free. AI and specifically ChatGPT can be used to help with specific problems that Google cannot answer. But you should always verify your answers and check with your class syllabus to see what is allowed in regards to AI. There are many online tutors that are great for catching up and can be free. Boot camps and online courses could be used to accelerate your learning, and you can get certificates from them sometimes. Leverage modern tools for creating. With 3D printing, you can design just about any simple gadget. If you have an idea for a project or solution to a problem, you could always try making it and selling it yourself. There are companies that will manufacture PCB designs for cheap. Open source projects are everywhere on the internet to learn from and take advantage of. And with social media, it's easier than ever to market yourself and make connections. The barrier to entry has never been lower, so time to start engineering. Thank you for watching this video.